Hello, welcome back. I'm Andrea, and today I want to talk about these plants. These are my house plants that really fill my cup. What I mean by that is, maybe you know what I mean by that, where it's like after a long day with the kiddos or working, being outside, just the hustle and bustle of life, it's nice to just kind of calm down at the end of the evening, at the end of the day. Sorry about that. And just explore and re-explore and meet your plants from time to time. These plants really fill my cup. I really mean that. They really just give me peace and really give me a bigger understanding of life or a new appreciation for how God created everything. And I sometimes will even sit down and start looking up, what's the roots of this plant? What's the origins? Tell me all about it. And thought I'd brag on them with you. Maybe you have plants like this at your home, in your home, that you feel the same about. Maybe you just tell me about them too. But let's talk about it. Who else do I talk about this, right? You guys love it. I love it. Let's do it. Ooh. This is the Philodendron Micans, if that's how you say it. I love this. I mean, philodendrons are known for being fast growing, low light, low maintenance, showy plants. I don't really have a lot of philodendrons in my life. They're a little too fast growing for me with the type of light we have in our home, as well as a lot of philodendrons get kind of overgrown and start looking like animals to me, like wild, untamed animals, and I can't handle that sometimes. I have too many other wild, untamed things in my home. So this Philodendron Micans though, wow. First off, it is super fast growing. Hello. It was considered a rare plant, but I don't know. I just saw it at Home Depot when I was there today, so it must not be as rare as they say once Home Depot gets a hold of it. But this just fills my cup. Honestly, I look at this and I cannot get over that these leaves are velvet. I mean, they are pure velvet. They are so soft, so subtle, and they don't ask me for much, honestly. Even the coloration, there's some brown tints to it. Oh, there you go. You can see that it glistens. And then the back of them is more of like a goldish brown. So they have a variety to them. And yes, you can just pet them. My dad, shout out to my dad, he is always like, don't touch your plant, don't touch your plant. I'm all over them. I am all over my plants. I touch them, I take care of them. I want to see what's going on with the leaves. And I find that a lot of plants that are easy to care for will show you they need to be watered. This philodendron will get a little bit droopy, the leaves a little less supple, and I can water it then. I try not to make it to that point, but it can happen. And it just keeps giving me new growth. Anytime a plant's giving you new growth, it's saying, thank you, I love you, you're taking care of me, and it's so rewarding. So philodendrons really are low light tolerant. They are low light tolerant. They are low light plants, I would say, or bright and direct if you want to say it that way. They don't need a lot of watering, and they grow fast. So great for a mantle. That's where I keep this baby, is on my mantle. And so I see it every night and every day when I'm sitting watching TV with my spouse. And I'm like, oh, this philodendron just makes me so happy. So here it is. Oh, it's just beautiful. I love vining plants. I know if you're watching my channel, you hopefully like vining plants too, because I'm gonna keep throwing them out there. They are amazing. And I actually have stopped buying them. I do. I'm trying to kind of open up my palette for what type of plants I like. And yeah, I'm trying not to buy any vining plants. Wish me luck. Next is ficuses in general, but this Ficus Audrey probably has given me a lot of happiness because newest plant to my collection. I keep this in my mudroom, and it's also relatively velvety and easy to care for, low light tolerant, pretty resistant to a lot of pests, and doesn't ask for that much water that often. So the darker the area, of course, the less often you have to water your plant, and this one is in a pretty dark room. However, it is giving me new growth. So new growth means happy. New growth, happy. New growth, happy. So as long as you're checking up on your plants, you'll notice that new growth, and yay, clap for when you wake up in the morning and they give you new growth. This is, I'm gonna take it out of the pot I keep it in just to show you how beautiful it is. So all the new growth comes from to the top, and it starts out a little like brighter green, and then as it ages or matures, it becomes darker and more velvety. So here is a mature leaf, and then here is the newer additions. Very pretty. And I haven't had that many tree form plants. Here, let's adjust it so you can see how beautiful it is. But that one is just awesome. When you bring a plant home though, definitely quarantine it, double check that it doesn't have any pests or diseases, and put it in the spot that you'd like it to live in, where you're really envisioning it, to see if it could acclimate. Because if it starts looking laggy, looking sad, you might have to move it and move on from that dream. So this one finally is fitting this pot, or I found a plant that fits this pot in the right area. But yeah, that's just something to know, is that you also should probably wash the leaves. I'm yet to do this on this one, so I will get these leaves all shined up and polished soon. New plants definitely make me happy. So when I bring a new plant home, I start watching it like a hawk, or like a mother, I guess, to see really how it's doing, what it likes, how fast of a grower is it. So this is also one of my newest plants. This is called a Hindu rope. So it's a Hoya Hindu rope, variegated form. So that means it has all these the whites in it. So it's not just plain green. Super slow grower, and this thing cost me quite a bit of money. So I am hoping for the best and watching it daily, but it makes me very happy. Even though it's going to actually grow and vine like all Hoyas do, in a very, very curly form, or in a rope form. Right now, even how it looks really cute. It's all squatty and easy on the eyes. So I will report back on this one, but I'm kind of afraid that it's finicky. Hoyas are very relatively easy to care for, but for some reason variegated Hoyas seem like they're going, or variegated Hindu rope seems like it's going to be a little harder to take care of, but hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully I'll report back that, hey, it's doing great, just like all my other Hoyas. But yes, I love it. So the longer you're a plant parent, the more attracted you are to rare plants, to weird looking plants, or when they're kind of out of their element, you start thinking, oh, that does look kind of cool. So I found this awesome plant called the silver dollar coin plant, I do believe. I'll write it down below, but it doesn't need anything. Let me show it to you. What do I mean it doesn't need anything? It literally doesn't need anything. Look at this. So it's called the silver dollar vine. That's what it's called. So I kept the tag in there, but literally this requires full sun. So I can put it in my onto my newly built deck. Of course, you want all plants to acclimate, so don't just throw it out midday, even if it says it's for full sun. But it does want full sun, and it even says it's drought tolerant. So that's like a cactus. It doesn't need anything, and it says to water sparingly. We're not talking to water it like often, or every 3 weeks, every 6 weeks. When I hear sparingly, or I read sparingly, I just think like, all right, I guess I'll just watch you. And so I did just water it recently, and it's feeling very, very, very heavy. So I'm not going to water this probably for another 6 weeks or so. And it is summer, so I expect that there's going to be a little bit new growth, and there is already here. They start off so little, it's so cute to see. And clearly when it matures, they become a lot more succulent-like. These are very, very thick coin leaves, or however you want to call them, but the new ones are very thin and a little sticky and bright green. But yes, this is also newer to my collection, and I was eyeing it forever, and when I finally kind of started thinking, okay, I'm gonna go buy it, they were out. So I've been waiting quite a bit to get one. All right, Monstera Adansonii. This is my favorite type of Monstera, and this was usually in my bedroom. Oh my goodness, where do we begin? Where do we begin? We're gonna begin with how easy of a plant it is to take care of. It's relatively fast growing, needs bright indirect light, or maybe even low light, and it will reward you with these kind of cute little Swiss cheese is what the nickname for this plant is, or the common name. And when I bought it, it didn't have any vines, so it was just kind of a stump like this, but I know it's a vining plant, so I like to watch how quick plants vine, like that Hindu rope I was just talking about. Super slow growing. I'm not expecting anything from that for a long time, but Monsteras grow super fast. I think they're in the Philodendron family. They grow so fast that I was like, oh, that's gonna get some vines, so I don't need to worry about buying it with already kind of vining down. But look at that, it's growing so quickly. It looks so cool, and all the new growth is popping up here, right here. There's some new growth, and this is definitely a new leaf. Voila. They don't need a lot of water. They don't need a lot of light. Very easy to care for. That's all. I guess this is an easy care plant video, but this is just so easy and so beautiful. I just love looking at it. I actually have it on my bedside, so next to my Bible. The Bible and this plant together, they're a great match. This is the Peperomia Hope. So if you would have asked me a few months ago, does this plant bring you joy? Does it fill your cup? Are you excited about it? I would say absolutely not. Don't believe the lies. Don't buy it. It is so hard to take care of. I haven't had any success with it. And I figured it out. When you figure out a plant, you kind of, you know, like when there's a horse that you have to break it. There's some sort of saying for it, but I needed to do that with this one. So I needed to tear it down just to build it back up again. So with this peperomia, look at this. Wow. First off, I cut it recently. It gets laggy. So at first I was not sure, but turns out this plant is not like all of its sisters and brothers, the peperomias. Baby, hold on one second. I got an audience. But it's not like all its brothers and sisters. It is a bright light plant, okay? That's the key, bright light. I think I have it on a south-facing window close to the windowsill. So that's as bright as I can go. And it has rewarded me with all the new growth actually coming out looking like coins, just like that silver dollar coin. They look really similar actually. But with this one, all the ones that I cut off were very, very ugly and not doing well. So I'm like, whatever, we're just gonna start over. We're gonna cut you down just to build you back up. And I have figured it out. So it's almost pretty cactus-like. It doesn't need to be watered as often. It's of course not like the silver dollar that says water sparingly. I'd say water this every, I don't know, maybe every two and a half weeks in a south-facing window close to the windowsill. Let me show you its predecessor. No. Predecessor, yeah, who was there before she was this one. This is my first Peperomia Hope, and look at that. Okay, as you see, you start seeing some nicer leaves come through the top. That's because I figured it out, right? So once I figured the new one I bought out, I'm like, I gotta go back to the original and try to help that baby out because I don't wanna give up on you. I'm sorry I couldn't figure you out. But look, as you see, I've had it for a long time, so it's vining. Surprise, surprise, a vining plant. But they like are so lanky and curly, like all of these curl in because it wasn't getting enough light. So now that I have it in a brightly lit area, and I'm not talking like a regular bright area, I'm talking south facing window. This was, or right next to a windowsill. I had this in closer to a south facing window, but it was like maybe 10 feet back from the south facing window. Not good enough for the Peperomia Hope. But now that I figured it out, it makes me so happy because it's as beautiful as the Pinterest photos. So I'm not gonna give up on this one. I'm actually going to be cutting it, and maybe I'll do a video about this, but it brings me a lot of joy now. Not this exact one, this one. Look at that. I mean, hello. That is all about when you figure out your plants, you break them. It's going to really start giving you all the joy that you want. Don't attach to me though. Beautiful. Peperomia Hope. Hoya Australis Lisa. So I think that is what the full name is. It is a very fast growing Hoya. It's like the newest one I found on the market that I really love. So the Hoya genus itself is a pretty medium time grower, medium speed grower, maybe is a better word, medium speed grower. And the Hoya Lisa is a fast grower. So if it's anything like the Australis, it will be a fast grower for me. And I'm seeing so much new growth come up from this. Look at that. So this Hoya specifically also asks for bright and direct light. So I actually was given some advice from another, a comment was given to me on one of my videos saying, hey, if you really want to put your Hoyas in some bright direct light, the Lisa thrives. So I'm still trying to find the exact spot to let this baby live. Right now I have her just in my bathroom, like in the middle of my, like the little divider between the two sinks, like really right in the middle, so you can't put like anything else on there. And I almost did it as an experiment with my husband because he does not complain about my plants being everywhere. I have literally right in the middle, you can't put anything else there. And I'm like, oh, hey, do you like the plant there? He's like, I can't really put anything there. I'm like, it's temporary. Thank you for being so patient and open to it just being right in the middle of a table. So this, oh baby, it's okay. It's audience here, I tell you. But this really fills my cup because it's fast growing. It's a Hoya and it's newest. Oh yeah, I actually have that tucked away because I don't have it hanging from something. What is that hanging from something? You can actually even like put its hair up, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Oops, like this. And Hoyas look good in baskets. I've said that before, I'll say it again. Easy to care for. So yes, if you are not having it hang from something, but you still want a Hoya, that's how you can have it sit until you either give it a haircut or move it. Yay! So these aren't the only plants that make me super happy, but as I looked at them, I'm like, nope, these are the ones I'm going to talk about. I have so much to say, and they're just so beautiful. So if you like this video or you want more of it, let's connect. Make sure you subscribe. And really, thanks for your support and encouragement. You know, I'm a working mom, and I got 3 kids, and just try to enjoy summer and life and stay youthful, and doing these videos is really an outlet for me, but it's also work. So if you like it and you want to see more, let's just stay connected. Thanks so much. Have an awesome rest of your summer. Well, I'll talk to you before then, I guess rest of your July. Talk to you soon. Bye.